Let's say you paint a room to save a little bit of your hard-earned cash, be a good person for your family, and make your house look cool, and yet somehow the walls look patchy, uneven, and just bad. Not cool. But you don't know why exactly. In the next few minutes, I'll show you 3 of the most common mistakes that cause this issue and how to fix it. Yo, what's cracking? I'm Jeremy. I've been painting professionally for over 20 years, almost 25 at this point because I'm an old man, and over the course of my illustrious career, I've painted thousands of walls. And the goal of this channel is to help you paint your home and make the experience as painless as possible. There are 3 mistakes that I see folks make over and over again that contribute to patchy and uneven walls, and any one of them can wreck all of your hard work. So let's get into it with problem number 1. This problem I'm calling Flash Gordon. And with this particular issue, you paint a wall, then once the paint dries, you can see every drywall repair or spackle spot on the wall. It looks like your wall has some sort of skin condition involving boils and hives, which is gross. So all of those repaired areas have flashed through your finish coat. See what I did there? All right. So the reason this happens is because those drywall repairs haven't been prepped properly. They either haven't been sanded, primed, or both. The solution to this problem is to make sure that you properly prep any of your repaired areas. If you've already painted the wall and you've noticed it after the fact, then you should go ahead and sand any of the areas that you notice that haven't been sanded, and then go ahead and prime those areas with a decent multi-purpose primer, and then repaint those areas and possibly the whole wall. To avoid this issue in the future, just make sure that you're sanding and priming all of your drywall repairs or spackle spots. And on a related side note, I see this problem of flashing a lot when people use paints that claim to be a paint and primer in one. That's not a real thing. Paints and primers do 2 different things. So if you want to guarantee good results, use a good primer for priming and a good paint for painting, and you'll be in good shape. Now, if you keep running into problems when you go to paint your home and you want answers from helpful painters like myself, then consider joining my free online community, which is also called Paint Your Home Now. We currently have over 3,000 members. We've got all kinds of free resources in there, and you can even post your questions with pictures attached, which just makes it a lot easier for me to give you accurate answers. Anyways, I'll leave a link in the description in case you're interested. So now on to the next issue that causes walls to look not the best. I'm gonna call this problem Patchy Adams. I see this issue quite often on taller walls in areas like foyers and stairways, but can happen on any walls. If you look at the wall dead on, sometimes it looks all right, but then if you kind of come down the stairs and the light hits it just so, you can see things look a little bit patchy. A lot of times you can see exactly where the roller stopped and picked back up, and just the sheen and the finish of the paint is not marrying up, which is not great. There are a couple things you can do to avoid that, most of which involve using good rolling technique. So if you had magic powers and you could just snap your fingers and apply the perfect coat of paint to a wall, then what it would do is apply a perfectly even coat of paint at the same time on the wall, so the entire wall is wet and then it's drying at the same time. Now that's pretty hard to do, but we can get pretty close to that. So firstly, you wanna make sure that your roller is loaded through with paint. A little tip here, I like to pre-moisten my roller cover with water before I start using it. This is a 14-inch, half-inch nap Pro Doozy FTP from Worcester, typically what I use on walls. And when I mean moisten, I just put some water on my hand and then kind of work it into the fibers of the roller. I'm not trying to get this thing completely soaked, just moist to the touch. And what that does, it just helps the roller cover suck in the paint and load up quickly so that you get good spread right away. And then when you go to roll the wall, you wanna load this roller up with paint, start in the middle of the wall so that you have room to spread the paint out evenly. And then you wanna do vertical overlapping stripes. And so what you don't want to do is stop rolling in the middle of the wall. So if you're doing like a big line, you don't want to stop in the middle and then kind of move on and then come back and do the lower half. You want to try and finish that stripe all the way down. The other mistake that I see folks make quite often is that they try and do too many stripes per dip with the roller cover. You're not trying to wring this thing out like a sponge and get every last bit of paint out of it before you dip it again. That will dry out the cover. It also will compress the roller cover. So that you start losing the good texture that you're trying to create when you're rolling. Also, if you press super hard into the wall, you're more prone to generate lap marks, so you'll see kind of lines where the edges of the roller are hitting the wall. So just as an example, if you're using a roller cover like this, on a typical 8 or 9 foot wall, you can get about 2 full stripes per dip. And then you want to re-dip, soak the roller, start in the middle, and then continue forward with that process. And the other little tip I have for this section is that once you start a wall, don't stop rolling it until you've finished it. If you need to take a break, then do that once you've rolled a complete wall. That way that whole wall will be more likely to be wet at the same time. It's just a great way to work your way around the room. So if you've already painted a wall and it looks patchy like I described earlier, then try doing another coat using the techniques that I just went over in this section. All right, so the next problem might not actually be your fault, but it is a problem of false promises, and I'm calling it a can full of lies.
Wicked, Trixie, first.
So several years ago, there was a big marketing push amongst paint manufacturers claiming that they had paint that would cover and look great with just one coat.
Let me take your coats.
Because Bear Dynasty only takes one coat.
I think Behr had a pretty bold marketing campaign, but all the other paint brands also have done this, and they continue to do so, oddly enough. The joke amongst some painters is that one coat coverage was created by the marketing department and not in the chemistry lab. We actually did a video on this a little while ago where we tested a lot of these paints and none of them did particularly well. Doing one coat, regardless of what it says on the can, tends to lead to uneven looking finishes. Often you'll see the previous color on the wall showing through, mist or lighter rolled areas are obvious, and you're more likely to see the picture framing effect where the cut-ins aren't blending into the rolling. Just as a real-world example, in the work that I do, I use pretty high-end wall paints, usually Emerald from Sherwin-Williams, which is one of their top-tier wall paints, and I always plan on doing 2 coats, pretty much regardless of the job. The second coat is going to go quicker than the first, and you'll actually use less paint than the first coat. You'll get better spread from the roller because it's going to be much easier to have the walls be wet at the same time because you're rolling the same product over itself, so it's just going to stay wet a bit longer. It's just easier to get an even kind of uniform spread. And one of the most straightforward things you can do to produce a better looking finish is to do 2 coats. Just keep in mind, 2 coats are for winners. If you want to avoid patchy or uneven walls, it's usually one of the 3 things that I just talked about. And if you want your next paint job to look even better, check out our video on how to paint straight lines right over here. Until next time, take it easy, work smart, and have a good one. Peace.